Hello everyone, so today I wanted to talk about future magical islands. Now we haven't had a magical island in quite a while now. Well, not a while, but if you think about it in terms of magical islands context, we haven't had one in a really long time if you think about it like that, because in between Psychic Island and Fairy Island, there was actually only 2 months in between those. So now we're going on to the 3rd month with us not having a new magical island. So there's actually been a bigger gap this time than what there was previously. To be expected though, really. I mean, magical islands will take a long time to develop, and in comparison to other islands where we've been waiting for those for years, like literally that's what it's felt like anyway, it's a really short time and we've been getting islands really frequently. I mean, we can expect that we're going to be getting another magical island really soon. So I just want to talk about what you might be able to expect on that magical island and when you guys can expect the new magical island, because that is a big question as well. So let's get started. So as for the new element, now the new element could be anything really. It could be something that we may think of, it may be something that we don't think of, it could be absolutely anything. Elements that I may be interested in to see myself are the time element and the light element. I think that would be really cool. If you look at the concept for Firehaven, I really like the design where it was all white and it was all glistening and yellow colors and sort of like that, and I think that would be a really cool island. We've not really got a white yellowish island yet besides Composer Island, but that's more yellow and greeny, so I would be excited to see what perhaps they could do with that. I know you guys have lots of other ideas too towards what elements could be, and I'm sure in the comments you'll be able to find loads of ideas down below if you guys want to comment what elements you perhaps would be interested in seeing on a magical island. But other than that, guys, I would like to also mention that a Pokemon trend has been established at the moment on our magical islands. If you look at the elements that we've got so far, we've got Fairy, Psychic, and they're all Pokemon elements. So that makes me think, maybe we'll be looking at seeing other elements come that are from Pokemon. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're not from Pokemon, but at the moment it looks like they might be taking a bit of inspiration from Pokemon. So perhaps maybe you guys can expect to see an element like rock or steel or ice or fighting or something like that, or dragon. That would be a really cool one to go down, I think. I mean, I saw dragon originally and I thought that would be really cool. I mean, if we got dragon or flying or something like that, that would be really cool as well. But I don't think they're going to go exactly down the Pokemon trend exactly. I don't think we're going to get every single Pokemon element that there is. I think they are going to do a bit of their own thing here, like they did with the Emeralds and things, and I think it wouldn't be that wise to go off of that trend, but I think it's something definitely that has been established on Magical Island. So perhaps we can expect the next magical element to be related to Pokemon. We'll have to wait and see on that one though, I'm afraid. Probably just a coincidence, but it's a trend nevertheless that I thought was important to highlight. I'd like to know what you guys think about that, because I think it's actually a really good connection there, and I feel like they might do something with that, but again, we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, moving on. Now, what do I expect the island element to be? Now, personally, I expect the next island element to be something like time or something like that. I think they could really play with that, or something like dragon. I mean, they could honestly do anything with it. I'd be really excited either way. I really don't care what the element is, to be honest. I just want a new island. A new island would be absolutely amazing. Now, I don't think we're going to be getting a magical island for quite some time now, though, and I know there's lots of disputes in the comments about this, whether we will be getting one soon or not, but I'm going to make my point, and then from there, you guys can go from where you want from there. So, as for the release of the next magical island, I don't think the next magical island is going to release for quite some time. Now, if I was one to predict when the next magical island will come, I will say it will come about the time that we got Fire Oasis. And even if they want to, they could even hold it off until Anniversary Month. I don't think we're going to be getting one for quite some time. We had 3 islands last year. We had Fire Oasis, Psychic Island, and Fairy Island. And that is a lot of islands right there. And I think they need a bit of a break away to actually make the new island, because they've been going at it so much lately that I just think that perhaps we may not be getting one as soon as what everyone thinks we are. I mean, they could surprise us in Extravaganza and release it, for example, or they could save it for later in the year when more people are going to be off and more people are going to be free, because more than likely more people will be free later in the year, and therefore I think it's more likely that they are going to save the magical island until later on in the year. But again, we'll have to wait and see. The next magical island could honestly come anytime. It would not surprise me if we got it in the next update, but then again, it wouldn't surprise me if we got it 3 updates later. But once they start that thing where they're like, oh, here's a new magical island, people want the next one, and it'll sort of go from there again, you know what I mean? The tension for the game will rise, and I don't think they want to accentuate it too much at this point because I feel like they don't really have much prepared yet. I mean, we have had Magpie and we're going to have the new Wordo soon on Water Island, so I think they want people to be concentrated on the new Wordos that are coming, and I don't think they want people to be concentrating on a new Magical Island coming anytime soon, but they could surprise us again, like I've said previously. It's honestly one of those things, again, what we're going to have to wait and see about. Now, as for how many Magical Islands will be releasing, I think they will release either 2 or 3 more Magical Islands before we get the final Magical Island. Now, previously on Twitter, they have been like, oh, perhaps in the future, Magicals will return to an island. So that makes me think they're not going to really go against that. So they are going to release 1 more Magical Island after they've all finished. And I think that won't necessarily be a Magical Island, but it'll just be like a Gold Island-esque island where they add all the Magicals onto it. And I think that will be a whole new song. And that's going to be really cool. I'm interested to see how they go about that, though. I don't think it's going to exactly have the same mechanic as Gold Island. I think it might actually have a mechanic where you have to level up your psychics, your fairy elementals, and all of them elementals. God knows what other ones will release. But you will have to level them all up to level 20, I believe, and then you will be able to place them on the new Magical Island. I think it will work something like that, or it might even work where you have to teleport them all. Now, that would be absolutely chaotic, but I do think that may be a route where they do go down. Again, though, it is really up in the air. They could not add a final one, but I think they will because they've been sort of alluding to it on social media, and I don't think it would be fair if they don't now at this point. And I think it would be cool to see how the Magicals all come together on one island. That would summarize it so well, guys. I can't think of a better way to finish the Magicals. I mean, that would just be amazing. One final Magical Island with all of them on. That would be epic, guys. I mean, everyone's been wanting a Gold Island thing for the Magicals as well. You could even bring the Fire Elementals onto the new island. I mean, that would be cool as well. Give the Fire Elementals something that they can be on besides then Fire Islands. I think that would be cool. I mean, we have Fire Elementals come into Magical Islands, but that's not really the same, is it, if you know what I mean? And I think it would be cool if the Fire Elementals could also go, and I think it would also give them another time to shine, because I don't see where else they're going to turn up unless there's things beyond Magical Islands, which there could be, we don't know, but I'm assuming they won't come for a very long time, so it would be cool to see the Fire Elementals on that island too. The final Magical Island could take many forms. It could either be a new element, there could either be 2 more Magical Islands or 3 more. It depends what route they want to go down. Again, they could go down the route where they only add 2 more. I think that is quite likely, to be honest. I just don't know why. But if they are going to add another island with all of the Magicals on and then potentially the Fire Elementals on, then that will mean that there will be in total 5 Magical Islands if you count that island. And I don't think they're going to surpass that amount. I don't feel like they'll do 6. They could do 6. I would not be complaining if they do 6. But I think they will stick to 5 if that is what they are planning it. Again, though, it depends on what they are planning exactly. I mean, if you think about it, like, to this point, each elemental class has really gotten 5 elements when it has more than 1 element. I mean, if you ever look at the naturals, there is 5 elements there and 5 elemental islands there. And if you look at the Ethereals, 5 elements, and then they go to the final island. So if you think about it that way, then perhaps there will be 5 magical elements and then a final magical island. Before we go though, guys, I also wanted to talk about Mimic, because Mimic is a concept that I think is highly likely to turn up on one of the magical islands. If not this magical island, then I definitely think it will turn up in the future on a magical island. If you are unaware about Mimic, Mimic is a concept monster that was introduced on My Sea Monsters Live in their Extra Life stream last year. Now, they brought up Mimic and they showed what Mimic's concept looked like in game. Now, obviously, it wasn't added to the game. This isn't a monster that was added to the game at all. It's alike to Flute Fly, who wasn't originally in the game. In fact, all of the psychics and fairies are based off concept pieces, so if you didn't know that. So that makes it highly likely that Mimic will turn up on a future island. I know that there are many concepts for monsters in My Sea Monsters, so honestly, they could choose from any concept. It would be really cool if they do choose Mimic, though, because I know that Mimic is a fan favorite out of the concept, and I do know that a lot of people are expecting Mimic to come as a magical elemental, so it would be cool to see Mimic on a magical island. Again, though, we'll have to wait and see. I think that Mimic may take the form of a single elemental, or maybe a double elemental. Actually, come to think of it, I don't think it will take the form of a single elemental. I think it'll take the form of a double elemental if I had to guess, but again, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? That is all I have to say then, guys. I really want to know what you guys think down below. below. I'm excited to see what you guys think. It's always cool to look at the comments and see what you guys are thinking, because you guys come up with lots of different ideas that I don't even mention in videos. What video do you want to see next, guys? Let me know down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, to let me know that you enjoyed it. And I'll see you all later, guys, in the next one. Bye!